Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for March 25th, 2018. We're your hosts, Peacebreaker2448 and Rapid Epsilon.
Hi, and we've got a special guest appearance.
Oh, the AI Mario thing from
Yeah,
2 nights
that
ago.
I forgot to save how far he got.
Well, we'll see how far he gets during the stream.
But I figured that'd be a thing to have on the side there.
Yep.
And don't worry, if you followed, the follower notification will still go over top of it.
Yeah, you're just cover up the AI. Well, we're a day later, but we haven't had any new articles, mostly because I've been out and about all day, coming back home and doing Pokemon Go stuff and doing school stuff. So I haven't had time to actually look at the bot and be like, did anything else break today? No? Okay, good. So yeah, but we got fun quote unquote stuff to talk about. Fucking hell.
Is that what we're calling it now? Fun?
A couple of things are going to be fun. Some of the others not so much. But before we get into that, what have you been playing these past couple weeks?
Geez. I think outside of what I've streamed, not really much of anything.
Oh, so the same boat as me.
Yeah.
School has sucked away all my time. And now that I think about it, I might not be streaming Wednesday because I have a late exit exam I have to take from like 4 to 6. I don't know when I'm getting out of there. And I don't know when I'm getting out of there for the exit exam. I might not be there for the whole 2 hours. Who knows? One of the rubber stoppers on my laptop is missing. The fuck? I just looked up and noticed. It's like there's a hole there, and I'm like, where'd it go? Might have fell out my laptop. Or my laptop bag. Anyway, I have to bring my laptop up there because I need a reference book for that. And I'm assuming I'll probably be out there at like 5, which means that'll probably be time for me to go get food. And then walk all the way back to the dorm. And maybe I'll be good to stream after that. Who knows? That depends on how that exit exam goes. So, might not be more, or it might just be Mario Rabbids on Thursday and save a random thing for next week. Since we're past Breath of the Wild now.
True. Well, you'll definitely have to let me know. I might try to make up for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know yet on how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely more Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
At some point. I might try tomorrow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
One of those, yeah, hit and miss. Also, I need to get back to Odyssey runs.
Yeah. But it was as it was got to see, I don't know if you saw you run or me run, but you saw how obnoxious Moonskip was firsthand.
I possibly could have saw either one of us, because I seem to recall that that stream we both had to do it. So,
well, I don't know when he saw it, so I don't know if it was one of your solo speedrun streams or when I was running it. I think to ask if there were 2 streams up or not. Because if it was you or was me, if it was one, it was just you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you seen anything for Sea of Thieves?
No, honestly, I haven't.
Oh, I have seen a good bit.
I know you were telling me one thing that kind of made me not really care too much at that point for it.
Oh, which was that? Because I might have to correct myself on that.
The whole being $60 game, but you can't really enjoy it without having someone else kind of deal.
Okay, I have to correct myself. Did I tell you that Pirate Legend for the in-game stuff was at 25? Okay, it's not at 25, it's at 50 across the board. 50 for each of the companies. 50. 50. And there's not really that much variety of content between 1 and 50. Like the things you're doing at level 1 are the exact same things you're doing at 50, or like 25, or 30, or 40. Like, you know how have these big open sandbox games that are kind of multiplayer-ish that have you do whatever the fuck you want while trying to give you a progression system?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think we should stop calling them sandbox games and more call them desert games. Because they ain't a whole lot to fucking do in them that you don't fucking come up with yourself. And considering these games are $60, that's bad. Because I heard the comparison in one of the streams I had to Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is, just like Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky, right? Where it's a sandbox game. There's not really that much in progression. There's not that much deep in content, right?
Right.
What's the current price tag for Minecraft?
Honestly don't know. It's been a while. Wanting to say, I don't think it's past 30. Wanted to say
26.
20. Yeah.
26. But it's been lower than that. I think I bought it when it was 20.
It depends on which version you get to, because I'm wanting to say a lot of the console releases were 20.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the PC one was, like you said, 26.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing 28. It's probably about $20 for a console. You know that magic $20 price tag? That makes people okay with not so deep content. I feel like every single one of these games is trying to replicate the magic of Minecraft, but are forgetting that half the magic of Minecraft is its price point. Minecraft is $20. $20. 20. It's okay that there's not that much deep content there because it's 20 goddamn dollars. That is an impulse buy range. And hell, at $60 for what? The full experience of or no, it would only be $80 for 4 people to get the full experience together to get the full experience in Sea of Thieves. Because I don't think there's any matchmaking either to get you hooked up with other people.
See, that's where the problem comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, Minecraft on consoles could have probably got away with maybe around 40 because of the fact of there is a way to do matchmaking for certain things.
Yeah.
And especially now with the Xbox One and PS4, you can post to social media so you could get other people to join.
Mm-hmm.
There's more ways than just you have to know someone to get them to play with you. It's one of those, I feel like that could have capitalized off of a little higher price point, but still 60, no.
Yeah, $60 to do the same thing. No matter what company you do, it's just a different thing you need, a different process you need to do to get the thing you need to take it back to the company. Because here's, for anyone who's not seen Sea of Thieves, here is how the gameplay loop is. You go to an outpost. You go to one of 3 companies. Magic Guild, I don't remember the name of them, and the Gold Hoarders. And you take a voyage from one of the 3 of them. Any of the 3 of them will tell you to go to an island somewhere on the map. So you go to the island. Once you're there, then it separates off into which one you do. For the Merchants Guild, it is get X number of chickens, pigs, or snakes, or some combination of the 2 or 3 of them. And you have to do what you need to do to get those in the boxes and to put them back on your ship. For the Magic Guild, it is kill X pirate person whose name may or may not be a pun of some variety and get their skull and take it back to that guild. For the Gold Hoarders, it's solve a riddle or a series of riddles or follow the X marked on a map to a treasure, dig that up, and take it back to the guild. Once you go back to the outpost, you deliver said things to the guild, to their respective guilds. You get gold, you get rep, and then you repeat over and over and over and over again to varying degrees of difficulty. Problem. There's only about, I think, 4 enemy types in the whole damn game. So if you've encountered all 4 enemy types or play a Skull Fort, which is the big like event thing that has a whole bunch of treasure stuff you can grab for all 3 merchant guilds and get a whole bunch of gold and a whole bunch of rep, you will have encountered every single enemy type in probably about 2 hours. So there's no variety in combat after a while. Because your only offensive weapons are a sword, a shotgun, and a pistol. And a sniper rifle. And that's it. Your 4 types of weapons. And I think you can only have 3 at a time. I think. I'm a little iffy on the inventory system right now, but I think you can only have some combination of weapons. Like, I think you can have a sword and 2 guns. And what 2 kinds of guns you want is dependent. Apparently, most people do sword, pistol, shotgun, because I rarely see the sniper rifle right now. But I know it exists. So, yeah. Combat's not that great after 2 hours. The Skull Forts are mainly going to be done by 4-player groups and fought over by 4-player groups, because no one trusts each other in this game, so there's no community, really, outside of people going, there's a ship, go kill them and take their shit. And if they don't, well, kill them and sink their ship anyway. Also, death has no meaning in this game. You know what happens when you die?
What?
You get sent to a Davy Jones-esque ship to wait to respawn, and when the door opens, you go through the door and you respawn back on your ship. No gold loss, no nothing really, you just respawn. And that's it. The only thing it does is waste your time, which could be a thing if someone's trying to steal your shit, but, that's really it. And if your ship gets sunk, it'll just respawn somewhere else, and you can take a mermaid to your ship if you don't know where it is, and you're like way away from it. Actually, you only have to be a decent way away from it. You can shoot yourself out of a cannon in the ocean, and a mermaid will pop up in like a minute to take you back to your ship, and that just spawns you back there. So death is meaningless in the game, which is not really a good thing.
At all.
No. What else have I seen from Sea of Thieves? It honestly seems like, the best way to experience this game is 3 to 4 players at least, because 1 to 2 players, you are going to be ganked by other players who want to take your shit, or just to kill you, because it's a pirate game, so everyone has every justification to be an asshole. I'm trying to think of what else is there. Honestly, it seems like if I got the 14-day free Xbox Game Pass or trial right now, and I tried to play Sea of Thieves, I'd probably be bored with it in 2 days. Because I would either be tired of doing things solo or with you, or just tired of dealing with people who just want to steal my shit. Even though I wouldn't want to engage in combat with anybody. So, yeah. I also do like the quote I heard from, I believe it was Professor Broman's stream, where someone said, I think people are tired of buying a game for its potential. And I have to agree with that. Because Sea of Thieves has a lot of potential, but until it has anything worth fucking $60 in that box, there are better things you can spend $60 on. Because bear in mind, it's $60 at full price, or like $10 a month with the Xbox Game Pass, which there's better shit to play on that Xbox Game Pass than Sea of Thieves. There legitimately is far better things. But anything else before we move on to articles?
No.
Alrighty then. Well, you remember how Visceral shut down and we're not going to get their single-player linear story Star Wars game?
Yeah.
Well, apparently EA Vancouver might be taking up that game and turning it into an open world game. Okay. We've already seen 2 games. Bear in mind they were both Battlefront under this Star Wars exclusive contract with EA, and neither one of them turned out that well. It's took till now for Battlefront 2 to maybe be decent. Maybe.
Maybe
Now
the
that
optimal word.
Now that I think they've completely obliterated the old progression system and implemented, a logical and good progression system. So the fact that they're giving EA Vancouver, who has, from what I saw, 0 experience in making open world games, making an open world game, I have concerns. Mainly because EA's not been doing good by the Star Wars license, and considering that I read an article that said Disney was ready to opt out of the contract and give the contract to somebody else or spread the contract out to other studios so that EA didn't have the exclusive rights to make Star Wars games. Yeah. I don't think Disney has the most faith in Star Wars and EA for Star Wars either.
I don't think at this point anyone has faith in EA.
Well,
Just
to be fair, it's not like Star Wars is the only thing they fucked up recently.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think anyone has faith in EA. It's like, what have they done correctly? Oh yeah, FIFA.
You can't fuck up soccer.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Yes, I want to see EA fuck up FIFA.
Give them time. They will.
I want to see them fuck up their big worldwide franchise.
Their only moneymaker left.
Yeah. But yeah, this job listings from an internal job board at EA Vancouver for a lead online engineer. The Vancouver-based EA studio. I just like okay. We've been getting a lot of open world games. You know what a bad open world is? An open world that is very big, but doesn't have a lot of things to do in it. And I have a feeling it's going to be one of those open worlds.
Or it could be No Man's Sky.
If they fucking try to make a No Man's Sky version of Star Wars, I will petition Disney to fucking rip the Star Wars contract up and give it to some other studio. I don't even care if it's just an exclusive contract to any studio. Just get it away from EA at this rate, because they are not doing anything good with it.
It's one of those. I feel like that might happen, and that's
Like,
not good.
I don't have it as my quick draw, but I told you about this, that concept art for the Battlefront 3 that was supposed to come out of Pandemic before Pandemic got shut down after being bought by EA came out and showing kind of their what if story mode that essentially flipped the table on who was good guy and who was bad guy, and did this complete crazy what if scenario, and a lot of that concept art looked gorgeous and fantastic. And the fact that Battlefront 3 was also supposed to go, yeah, land in space combat happening at the same time. You can literally just go from a land combat game straight to space combat, like in the middle of a match. That was a thing that was going to happen for Battlefront 3, and they had it fucking working too. I think Battlefront 3 was 95% working before they got shut down.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Which blows my fucking mind every time I hear something new about Battlefront 3. Old school original Battlefront 3. It's just, this game was nearly fucking done and you refuse to let it happen. Fuck you. Like, everyone goes on and on about how spectacular the Battlefront 2 matches are, and I'm like, okay, imagine this, but for the Battle of Endor, or not Battle of Endor, is it Battle Endor I'm thinking of? Episode 6. Is that the Battle of Endor? I might be getting it wrong.
I don't know. That would be.
I know. I'm asking the wrong person on this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, Battle of Endor. Okay. Imagine that you're playing a Battlefront game and you're playing a match that is doing the Battle of Endor. Imagine that you can play the Battle of Endor on the ground. You start on the ground. You're fighting off stormtroopers, and you get an alert that you need to go take down the Death Star as an objective. And you immediately start hopping in the ships, fly into the sky, and all of a sudden you're in the space battle for Battle of Endor seamlessly in the middle of a match. It just happens. You just transition to there, and you can fight up there. Or both battles are happening at the same time, and you can swap back and forth between what battle you want to participate in. Like, that's what Battlefront 3 was. That is better and more just amazing than anything Battlefront 1 and 2 have done so far. Because all they've done is try to be Battlefront 1 and 2 and fail to be honest. Because the mode where you're controlling the AT-AT and, charging on the Hoth base, yeah, Battlefront 2 did that originally. And they did it better because they gave you direct control of the AT-AT the entire fucking time, instead of it being something that just happens at one point in the match. From the start of the match, you could control an AT-AT and charge that thing straight to their base and shoot people. And guess what? You could if you wanted to, but there would be more AT-ATs that spawn along the way. Like, if you took one down, one would spawn back at the start.
Huh.
So it's not like you can completely get rid of AT-ATs. It's just, hey, you stopped their progress. Now they have to start over. Because they didn't properly guard their AT-ATs. Like, do I have to stream Battlefront 2 old school? Because I have it on Steam. Do I need to stream that to prove a point? To go, okay, you people who think who are thinking that Battlefront was bad. No, Battlefront was good once. Let me load up ye olde Battlefront 2 that me and every other fucking Star Wars Battlefront fan bangs on about every fucking time. Every single time you bring up the conversation about this, and show you why we loved Battlefront. Because it was this. Anyway, we should move on before I bang on about this for 20 more minutes. Because I am liable to.
Then I guess let's move into the, I would say odd, but it really should have happened news.
hasn't Microsoft been upfront like this before? Because I think they have.
They have constantly been open with working with Nintendo on various things. I don't think this exactly has. But yeah,
Okay.
this being Banjo and Smash.
Yes, Microsoft, apparently to go against my statement that Banjo would be in Smash over Microsoft's cold, dead body.
Honestly, it doesn't completely surprise me because I do know there have been statements from Phil Spencer saying he'd be fine with working with Nintendo on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hope that we get something out of this.
Yep.
And we legitimately get not just Banjo, but Banjo and Kazooie. Classic Banjo and Kazooie. Basically, ignore nuts and bolts.
So, 1 minute, I have to pull this up. Because this is coming from a tweet from Phil Spencer, who said, in relation to, would you let Banjo-Kazooie be in the new Smash? And he's like, yep.
It's one of those, if we did get Banjo, I'd want classic Banjo, not whatever post-rare buyout Banjo was supposed to be.
So, this Banjo and Kazooie, right?
The one in the... Yes, the one in the image.
Oh, I meant the image in staff chat as well.
Yes.
For those wondering, I just linked to Smashified when Smashified did Banjo-Kazooie. And they essentially went, what would Banjo-Kazooie look like if Nintendo still owned Rare? Or if Nintendo was still partnered with Rare instead of being bought by Microsoft. And the Banjo-Kazooie that they did is... Yep. That is what they came up with.
And yes. Because that looks far better than that whatever it was that Microsoft okayed.
Nothing.
I don't even like. Hold on, I want to find a. I want to find a good image and do a side by side on this. Like, because yeah.
Oh, I got one.
Okay. Think.
Come on, just give me the image. Thank you. There you go. Nearly identical poses. So, perfect side by side.
Okay, I gotta do some OBS wizardry here, so give me a second.
But yeah, for those wondering, Smashified does really good stuff. They just now started back up doing stuff. They did Owlboy recently for Smashified. I consider you go giving them a follow and subscribe. They're really good.
But yes, yeah. Which one looks more like what Rare should have done? Yeah, it's the left one.
That's the Smashified one where they try to emulate Smash Brothers, the style that Smash Brothers characters are done in.
As opposed to the... I swear, I have to think that they just were like, blow up the blocky version and throw a new skin on and say it's them.
Yeah.
Because... And it's like, okay, Banjo's eyes I can understand. Kazooie's eyes, really? Really? Like, no. Also, for those wondering, you are not missing nothing. The AI is just still not progressing.
Still dying on bonsai.
Yeah,
Because that seems to be its major hurdle right now is bonsai.
it died on Dino that time, but yeah.
Okay.
Now it's just continuously die on Dino.
Yeah. Which I thought of something in Thermo the other day. You remember when I was talking about Shovel Knight and being in all those crossovers and starting a team up with his own game of indie characters? I think I called it the Order of No Border. Was his team?
Yep.
Okay, I have a better name. The Order of Four Quarters.
Yeah, that is a better name.
This is what happens when I just zone out in any class. I just start thinking of their stuff. But yeah, it'd be really great if Banjo got in, and it'd be also great if, since Shovel Knight might be a shoe-in, and like he has a counterpart in Mario, if we got Banjo in, maybe we can get an indie character that's trying to take up Banjo's mantle. Like Hat Kid or Ukulele.
I hate to say it, but I have a funny feeling Ukulele would be way down that list.
I know, considering everything. That's why I said Hat Kid or maybe Ukulele.
And it's one of those I'm like, yes and no. I can understand some of the complaint, but at the same time, did you really want something that was balls to the wall hard, or did you want something that kind of was a nice throwback? I mean, that was that line that I felt Ukulele didn't cross too well. It wasn't in the middle there. It was kind of leaning to, yeah, it's a throwback, and no, it's not supposed to be hard.
Yeah. Honestly, the one thing Tybroka brought up, I'm like, yeah, that is something that's really missing. Is the simple, like point you in a direction design of collectibles. Because
Yeah, they kind
Ukulele
of just
didn't get
threw
that.
them.
I think A Hat in Time gets that, but Ukulele didn't get it. And I'm like, that is such a simple thing to do. Because Nintendo does that all the time with half their games that have collectibles like that. I think even Odyssey still does that.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, it more. Odyssey's big thing is the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that helps guide you for the most part, but the rest
Right.
of it's supposed to be exploration.
Mm-hmm.
So it really does, but it doesn't. It more lets the cutscenes do that for you.
Right. But it would still, like, if it's going to have a patch of cut or like a line of coins, it's going to have a line of coins pointing in a direction. Which is
Yeah,
something
kind of.
simple. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it does. Other times it's just like, here's a circle of coins. Have fun.
Honestly, though, something like that, I can understand being a big knock for it
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of something that's been not just in the collectathon setting, but in most games. You look, even going back as far as Super Mario Brothers. If there was a trail of coins and you followed it, chances are you either progressed in the level or found something new.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic, same way.
Yep.
It's like, when the classics do that and they don't have to, maybe you should do that too.
Yeah. But since we're going to keep going with this line of thought, since we have Mega Man coming back, who would we bring in as a counterpart to him from the indie scene? Because I know who wouldn't. And if it happened, I think people might revolt if it did. Because I don't think Beck's going to happen. Even though, Beck does have a good game. It's just not by the studio who created him. Because the people who did After Striker Gunvolt, Inti Creations?
Yeah.
They also did Mighty Switchvolt, or was it? Oh, Mighty Gunvolt. That game's a crossover between After Striker Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9. It makes Mighty Number 9 good. It makes everything related to Mighty Number 9 good. Just think about that for a second. A company that did their own, try to pick up the mantle of Mega Man, took someone else's attempt to take up the mantle of Mega Man and made it better.
Honestly, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just amazing to think about. And it's just a one-off little spin-off on the 3DS, I think, for like $20. Actually, no, it's not a one-off anymore because I think that has a sequel now with another indie title involved in it now. But again, it just somehow makes Mighty Number 9 better. Because there's that. There's, if it turns out well, Bloodstain could be put in there if we could get Simon Belmont, but I don't think that's happening because I don't think Konami wants to do anything in gaming anymore. They just want to make pachinko machines.
Yeah, that feels like such a backward step there.
Well, gambling's really big in Japan.
Yeah. Apparently big enough for the whole company to decide to gamble too.
Yeah.
I mean, be honest here.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what else. Honestly, Shantae doesn't really have a counterpart outside of being a counterpart to Mario and stuff, but she's not that, well, she's older, actually, than most indie titles that she gets associated with. Because I believe her first game was back on the GBA. I want to say the first Shantae game was back on the GBA. So, her series is a bit old. I think older than most people give it credit for. Yeah, 1994.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the original concept. The original release date is 2002. And I'm wrong. Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color.
Huh.
That's not one of the games people know, but still, that puts her older than a quarter of the roster of Smash. Like a lot of those newcomers, yeah, she's older than them. And she's constantly shown up on all Nintendo hardware. I think she should be put in. And for those wondering, yes, Smash Fight already did her. Look, if there's a major character you're thinking of that should be in Smashify might have done them already. Because the Inklings that just got confirmed for Smash 4 or Smash 5?
Or Smash 4.5?
Yeah. Yeah, they did them way back in the day. Like, they already did the Inklings, both male and female. Like, back before Splatoon 2 got announced.
Which, that makes me wonder, too, if they were close to being thought of adding them into Smash 4, but because of the Switch, they kind of backed off.
it's possible. It might be possible that they weren't going to bank on Splatoon's success just yet.
I don't know. Because really, by the end of the DLC run, they kind of had a good feel of where Splatoon was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I almost feel like maybe they knew if they didn't stop the DLC train when they did, then they were going to kind of overshadow the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Which I could see that. You definitely don't want to do something that can screw a bigger moneymaker over.
Mm-hmm. May 2015, by the way. Was when they did up their Inkling renders. I hope more characters that they picked get put in the Smash just to be like, yeah, Smashify kind of knows what people want because they're doing what people want, and also Nintendo is listening. Because like Hat Kid that I mentioned, they did her, they did Crash, who is getting his trilogy of games put on the Switch. Timely.
Yeah, and you have to think that at that point, that's also going to mean we're going to see him in Smash 4. It's a case of when are they going to announce it, and is he going to be DLC for this one?
They did Hat Kid, they did Gino, they did Captain Toad just for as a live one, because why not?
That's one of those that, as much as they like Captain Toad, I feel like he should be added, but at the same time, I'm like, what moves would you give him, though?
I would say compromise, make him assist character.
That would have to be at least first step there. Because, like I said, I could see everyone wanting to add him, but what would you give him for moves?
Yeah, we also have Shovel Knight because he has an amiibo and stuff. Rayman because Nintendo and Ubisoft have that really close relationship right now. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come on. I mean, hell, Ubisoft sent a brand new model of Rayman to Nintendo for a trophy. Come on. I don't care if we have to work in the rabbits here with Rayman's moveset. I'm okay with that. I will gladly compromise on that if it means Rayman and Smash. Anyway,
oh god.
What?
Okay, if they did that, you know what they could do? They could not only bring Rayman in, but they could also bring the Rabbids as a character.
Oh god.
And by that, what I mean is not just the Rabbids, but we have effectively a replacement team of Rabbids. And they could go even more crazy with it.
The wonders of having Ubisoft as a company that you have a close relationship with. But anyway, we have more stuff to talk about. You remember how Atari used to make consoles back in the day? Like way back in the day? Apparently they're making a new one. Let's see, a crowdsourced campaign on the Indiegogo Go, originally planned for a system with a modern and retro design variants. Apparently, one key element snagged a publisher. PC architecture running on open Linux-based software. Let's see, we're getting the Atari box has been renamed the Atari VCS. apparently they'll be disclosed more at GDC, which has already happened, but I didn't hear anything else out of it. It will have a modern controller in a yieldy Atari controller. Not much else. But we got a pre-order date coming in April. So
Okay.
Atari, make...
My question is, are they going to make new games to go along with it? Since they're coming out with the new controller?
That is a question. Let us dig for information.
Because, I mean, I get the classic style controller because that's what you played an Atari with.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, the completely modern Xbox One controller kind of deal. Like, The only other option I can think in terms of that is maybe this can double as a Steam box.
Guess what? You're on the money on that one.
Well, the reason I say that is because it seems funny they mentioned that it was a Linux-based software.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that sounds like emulation plus Steambox.
Yep. You are on the fucking money. And apparently it was non-functioning at the GDC conference. So
Hence why we didn't hear any more about it.
yep, people were like, okay, sure.
Hey, guess what? I technically have one of them then. Because guess what? I'm running the bot off of a Linux install on my laptop. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, that just made this far less interesting.
Wow. Maybe I need to start one of these campaigns to start doing all this.
Start a campaign, make your own fucking Steam box. Only difference is the case.
Ugh. Wow. And I mean, heck, if it's just throwing an emulator in with it, I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
I could go a step further even. I could let you play N64 games. and GameCube games.
Isn't that Arduino, like Arduino install game thing, cover all that too? I don't know how much that covers.
Probably.
Well, I don't know what all emulators and ROMs it has installed on it. Granted, I'm wanting to make one of those, which isn't hard. I think I just need a Mega in the wiring for it, which there's tutorials out there for that. I just need a case for it that's not an N60 or NES cartridge, because I'm not going to destroy an NES cartridge just for this. I like it to have its own nice case.
To be fair with that, you could just about use anything.
Yeah.
Although, now that I'm thinking about it, you know what would be hilarious?
What?
Take the case for a Switch game
Mm-hmm.
and use that. Be like you're carrying a game with you all the time.
I do have Switch cases that I'm not using for anything.
I just happened to think about that because I bet that would be about the right size.
Yeah, it might just be.
And if you had to work on it, then you could easily get to it.
Yeah. Of course, I also have an extra copy of Breath of the Wild. So I don't even have to destroy a case for a game I have on my right now. Well then, I think I might have found my solution. Anyway,
Well then.
so do you remember Sonic R?
uh,
The Sonic racing game where Sonic and pals were just racing on foot?
yes.
Well, we might just be getting a sequel or a remaster or something related to Sonic R that is a Sonic racing game that doesn't feature a whole bunch of other Sega characters, since that's been a thing for a while.
Well, I mean, if you want a non-Mario based Mario Kart game, then honestly, that's probably the best thing you can get. Because to be fair, I actually wound up getting it when I got the big Sega pack here a while back on Steam, and it's not that bad. Really?
Yeah, the Sonic and All-Star Racing series has been pretty good.
Like I said, it really kind of puts you in the mindset of a Mario Kart that's not Mario.
And it even does kind of the Diddy Kong Racing thing with the different modes of racing.
Yeah.
Except it does it all at once instead of, which is really cool.
Yeah, it takes a Mario Kart 8 approach.
But yeah, the teaser teases a car and then the logo, which you can see in the header above. So people be flipping out because it's got debuted at South by Southwest in their Sonic panel, which there's another thing that's far more concrete that we'll get to in a second.
And it's top secret.
Yep. I'm curious enough to see. Also, if we don't get that one song from Sonic R in this game, I will be severely disappointed. You need to remake that song, because I think that's one of the things people remember most from that game is that song. But yeah, the other major thing to come out of the Sonic South by Southwest panel was a proper standard retail release of Sonic Mania as Sonic Mania Plus with an art book and a Genesis reversible cover and 2 new characters to play as.
And no knowledge of how much the DLC is going to cost for those that already have it.
Yep. But it'll be $30.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Since it's coming with the art book and the reversible cover with it. The reversible cover, I'm not really saying that counts for anything, but the art book. If the 2 DLC characters wind up being $10, that's kind of be a rip.
Yeah.
Because the game itself was 20, so that would put people that bought it digitally having to pay just as much as the ones buying physical and getting the art book. It's like, yeah, I don't feel like that would be right. I don't think they should cut it to 5 either.
Yeah.
Because I can't see the art book really being half of that additional price. But yeah.
I was trying to find the new characters because I don't remember an arcade game, I believe.
Yeah. You were telling me.
Yeah, I had it before because I had their actual names, but I don't. Does the article list their names real quick? Or mention where the fuck these 2 characters are from?
I don't think.
Nope, it doesn't. I'm not surprised. I don't think many people would actually know who the hell these characters are to start with.
And be able to respond off their names.
Yeah. I know it's an arcade isometric game. Also, they're going to be doing a short web series in the style of the Sonic Mania opening that I guess is just going to tell the story of Sonic Mania based off the teaser, which is really cool. Ah, there it is. Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel from Sega Sonic the Hedgehog from the arcade back in 1993. And it looks like an isometric platformer from the one gameplay image I have right now. Yeah, I don't think it got a release anywhere else. Doesn't look like it.
So that means someone's got it on an emulator at some point.
Yep. Yeah, I would be surprised if these two characters play kind of similar to Knuckles and Tails, more than likely. Because design-wise, they kind of look like a Knuckles and a Tails kind of character.
Part of me is kind of hoping that it's more than just reskins.
Yeah.
They played the same levels.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part of me is also like, I can't see it only being $10 different if that isn't what's gonna happen. Like I'm in that. I don't know, because that would be practically rewriting 2/3 of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Just to accommodate for new characters, and it's like, I don't know if they'll do that. I do know, as with most DLC characters, one of these two will break any speed runs of the game.
So
that's just common. If they don't change any of the levels, that will happen.
So who's it going to be? The flying squirrel or the armadillo?
That one would be up for debate.
I'm going to say flying squirrel because of stupid ability to fly through levels.
I don't know, because you look, Tails can fly.
Right, but the squirrel can fly better.
It's possible the squirrel might have different collision.
Right, so he can just glitch his way through walls.
Possibly. Yeah. I'm more curious on how broke the game's going to be after.
Well, we only gotta wait till summer, I assume, when the DLC comes out. Also, there's a video game cooking video for Sonic Chili Dogs. Isn't Sonic's Chili Dogs just a hot dog with chili on them? Like we're not making some fancy recipe here.
But you got to do it fast. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't take that long to do. You could actually do it that fast, because all you need is just like warm up your hot dogs. That's like, what, 30 seconds, 30, 45 seconds. Warm up your bowl of chili. That's another probably minute plus, and you're done.
I said you gotta do it fast. You gotta do them at the same time. Cut that time in half.
That is a bit dangerous, because you're going to be popping your hot dogs if you do that way.
Sonic don't wait for anything.
Well, Sonic's going to have some messy-ass chili dogs. Not in the good way, mind you. So, shall we talk about the next wonderful thing on our list?
Wonderful. I didn't think you said it was going to be good.
No, I don't think it will be.
God.
So for the last...
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God.
This isn't the best first impression, is it?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think for number 9 might be better than that.
To be fair, it looks better than the new Turtles cartoon. Not the recent one on Nickelodeon. No, the new one they're doing on Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet. Is it bad that I saw what happened with the latest season of the most recent TMNT, and I'm like, I don't know if I've got faith in them doing a reboot now. Because like
Well,
the whole we're just gonna throw random stories and insert turtles here kind of deal. It's like,
I think the problem was they ran out of plot to tell, and they still had to do episodes. It's like, you need to do another
yeah,
season, but we ended the show. We killed Shredder. You still need to do more. It's like, uh, fuck.
crap.
Somebody tried to revive Shredder, okay? And,
and that only lasted about 5 episodes.
okay,
Frick.
God damn it.
I know. Let's make them go into like actual ninja times and be brainwashed by the devil.
That, yeah.
Oh, that only lasted a few. Next idea.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
it was one of those that I was at the beginning of the season. I was like, they might pan out another season of this, but this is probably gonna be it. And then it just went off the deep end, and it's like, oh.
Well, let me grab you an image so we can delay not talking about this Mega Man show that won't have Wily in it. And for those of you that just went, what? Yes, there is no Wily in this show. He's not the villain.
Okay, wait. I shouldn't have scrolled down. That
Why?
first image is better than the second one.
Maybe that's a newer image.
Oh God. Oh God.
What?
Cartoon Network.
Oh, wait, is this on cartoon? Oh, fuck!
Oh man.
Oh, that's a 50-50 gamble.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a 50-50 gamble. So hard.
Oh. Ouch.
And by the way, this is right. This is the new Turtles cartoon. This is the first thing anyone ever saw.
Um.
Honestly, my first thought ever looking at this is, when did Raph become Slash?
Wow.
Yep. This is what we have to look forward to, folks. Anyway, the Mega Man cartoon. The gist of the summary we have here, besides the images we wonderfully have, is Mega Man's a schoolboy who's named Aki Light because apparently Mega Man now has an alter ego. Because, okay, sure, I guess we're playing into the ye olde part of the lore that Mega Man got turned into the fighting robot. I don't remember if he had a name. I might be wrong on that. Did Mega Man have a name before?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Mega Man Wiki, help me out here.
Wait a minute. If he's a schoolboy, wouldn't he be Mega Boy in this one then?
Yes.
uh,
I'm gonna go with no. But I know where that Aki part of his name came from.
Where?
His original creator, Akira Kitamaru.
Isn't the professor in one of them Dr. Light?
Right. That's where his last name came from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. His first name came from his real life creator. Oh, we are one sentence in and we are already meta as fuck. Thanks, cartoon. Oh boy. But yeah, he lives in Silicon City, co-inhabited by robots and humans. Apparently it's just hidden in him somewhere. He didn't choose to become that. Thanks for taking that out of the lore. But he will be fighting Sergeant Knight and his evil team of robot masters. Who the fuck is Sergeant Knight? Excuse me? Unless there's some twist here that Sergeant Knight's not the real bad guy and it's fucking Wily. Excuse me, we have a villain for this. His name's Wily?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Let's see. It's our protect the city, equipped as Mega Buster, arm cannon, the ability to absorb the powers of his opponents, brave vials, wicked vials, blah, 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 blah. Why is Mega Man an alter ego? Mega Man has not had any other identity besides Mega Man.
Because reasons.
That's like saying Fireman has an alter ego. He does not have an alter ego. He's goddamn Fireman. He is a goddamn robot. He doesn't have an alter ego. Oh my god. So, instead of the plot where Wily and Light were the ones who created robots, and Wily got jealous and made robots go bad, and Mega Man decides, I want to stop them, and chooses to become a fighting robot because that's the choice he wants to make instead of being just a peaceful caretaking robot. We have Schoolboy, who has always had fighting robot shit programmed in him, and he's gonna fight
Because
controlled by totally not Wily.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
If you can somehow make this fucking work, I will applaud you. I am not looking forward to this, though. I love how someone in the comments is like, it looks like Sonic Boom all over again. That's not a good sign.
Where was that at?
In the comments.
Okay. I want to point out I do agree with the reply to the said comment. That would be an insult on Sonic Boom there because, you know, the show was good.
True. That was the only thing connected to Sonic Boom that was good.
The games sucked.
Right.
This, it looks like the games are going to be good because the show's going to suck.
I would say what games? Because we haven't gotten a Mega Man game in a while.
Oh, you know as well as I do, they'll do a game.
Ah, fuck. Oh, I'm just waiting for them to fuck up the Mega Man formula with this. If they do a game and can't do a Mega Man game right because Capcom weren't the ones who did it, I'm just gonna need a minute to go, how the fuck did we get here? because I'm not sure how we would have gotten to that point. Because there's no way in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, anything else before we move on to releases?
No.
Okay, 2 releases, starting with the 26th. We have X Morph Defense European Assault for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. And on the 27th, we've got the big release of Far Cry 5. Yay. For Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Injustice 2 Legendary Edition for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. MX vs. ATV All Out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Pix Arc Game Preview for Xbox One. Trove Heroes for Xbox One. Alter Lydia and Sully, The Alchemist and the Mysterious Paintings for PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. Bit Dungeons Plus for PlayStation 4 and Vita. Break Construction Stunts for PlayStation 4. MLB The Show 18 for PlayStation 4. The 25th Ward, The Silver Case Limited Edition for PlayStation 4. The Witch and the Haunted Night, or 100 Night 2 for PlayStation 4. Trove Heroes for PlayStation 4. Degeneration HD for Switch, Outlast 2 for Switch, Warp Shift for Switch, The Alliance Alive for 3DS. On the 28th, we've got Roller Coaster Tycoon Joyride for PlayStation 4 and Tempest 4000 for PlayStation 4. On the 29th, we've got Atari Flashback Classics Volume 3 for PlayStation 4, Of Mice and Sand revised for PlayStation 4, Preta Vendetta Rising for PlayStation 4, Fury for PlayStation 4, Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja for Switch, Cluster Puck 99 for Switch, Fire Emblem Warriors Awakening Pack for Switch and 3DS, Gacha Racing 2 for Switch, Streets of Red Devil's Dare Deluxe for Switch, Tengai for Nintendo Switch on Switch, The Adventures of Bertram Fiddle Episode 1, A Deadly Business for Switch, Zombilly for Switch, Dodge Club Pocket for 3DS, and Waku Waku Sweets Happy Sweets Making for 3DS. On the 30th, we have Alteric for Xbox One and Switch, Code Realize Bouquet of Rainbows for PlayStation 4 and Vita, Momodora Revive Under the Moonlight for PlayStation 4, Thimbleweed Park for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Farm Expert 2018 for Nintendo Switch, Red Out for Switch, Shadowbug for Switch, and Toki Tori for Switch. On April 1st, we have Spartan for Switch. And on April 3rd, we have Minult for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. The Adventure Pals for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. And Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim VR. Yay, one more thing you can play Skyrim on for PC. It'll be the 20 millionth thing you can play Skyrim on.
You can play Skyrim on anything that plays games.
Pretty much.
I think that's about true. I think the Vita might be the exception.
Oh, someone will figure it out. Someone will have figured it out and got it on there.
Oh, I'm sure there's an emulator for the Vita.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably an emulator specifically for Skyrim on the Vita.
And I am sure someone has backported Skyrim to something else at this point. Because
you know what would be a surprise?
What?
To see Skyrim listed for the NES.
We backporting that far?
Might as well. At least if you did that, at least if you went that far back, you could do everything leading up to that.
Yeah.
I mean,
for those warning, backporting games is a thing. Just look up Final Fantasy VII on the SNES, was it? What was it?
I think it was the NES.
Was it the NES? I don't remember. Proton John has played Final Fantasy VII on a console that was not played at the PlayStation, and it was backported to there because some country somewhere isn't caught up on console releases, so a lot of newer games get backported to older consoles.
I think it was the NES.
It
I think
probably
it
is
was
the
the China
NES.
cartridge for it.
Okay. Which, if that sounds insane, it is. But welcome to the world of knockoff, rip-off, unofficial licensed games. Craziness exists. Anyway, coming out on April 4th, we have Dagoon Vevron for Xbox One, Metropolis Lux Obscura for Xbox One and Switch, Raiders of the Broken Planet Hades Betrayal for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and Penny Punching Princess for PlayStation 4 and Switch. Penny punching. I will say this, if she's not legitimately punching someone with a penny, I am disappointed.
No. Needs to be a princess that's punching someone named Penny.
That's not as hilarious.
Okay, then a princess punching someone named Penny with a penny.
Now we're talking.
It's not, is it?
Okay, I don't think she's punching with paint. I am confused as fuck.
Oh god.
I think you use pennies as units and a kind of army setting?
What?
I'm confused. It doesn't help that the gameplay is the smoothest thing in the world in this trailer. One moment, let me find some like decent looking gameplay.
Okay, it's on PS4 and Switch. I'm curious if the eShop has anything then.
Because I see a calculator on screen too, and we are super in deep on this one, folks.
Yeah, my left Joy-Con is stupid sometimes. I forgot about that. Hey! I was doing something there.
Okay, no. Okay, the money just pops out and you just collect it. Okay, you're still just punching bad guys. Literally. But I don't think you're punching them with pennies, unfortunately.
Oh god, there is something on the Switch for it.
Oh god, it's probably the trailer I saw. So have fun deciphering the game. I'm looking at a Let's Play video going like, what the fuck's going on in this game?
Actually, it's just screenshots, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't even.
Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. It's just like, what the fuck? Well, continuing on with releases, we have Animated Jigsaw's beautiful Japanese scenery for Switch. Yay. Super Rocket Shadow for Switch and Urban Trial Playground for Switch. And on the 6th, we have Dead Ahead Zombie Warfare for Xbox One.
I want to mention, too, Penny Punching Princess is a $40 game.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. That's outside my range right now of, yeah, I'm not spending $40 on an impulse and curiosity like that. It was like $5, sure. Let's find out what this dumb game's about. But that's it for releases. And brings us to quick draws. And have I gushed about the Ace Attorney anime on here before?
I don't remember.
Okay, so
I think you might have.
probably, but I'll gush again. By the way, folks, you should go watch the Ace Attorney anime. It's really good. It covers I think 3 of the cases from the first game. And does it really well. It gives all of the time in the world for those cases to breathe and actually like play out their plots, which is really cool and nice. And we're getting a second season focused on the 3rd game for some reason, but I'll take it. And by the way, yes, that guy in the background is our prosecutor for the 3rd game. He likes coffee. In case you're wondering, folks, I'm not that read up on the Ace Attorney games I haven't played. We're on like 2 and 3. So all I know is this guy really likes his coffee. And I don't know why he has the visor. And it's Godot, by the way. But yeah, it's going to be coming in the back half of 2018. But yay! More Ace Attorney anime. That's really awesome. And it's really good for an adaptation of a video game. Which, to be fair, it's not that hard when your video game is a visual novel. It's not like we're translating to some radically new, radically different media at that rate. But yeah, that is all I had. Just being like, hey, go check this out. I had another thing, but it's in the back pocket for a rainy day.
Yeah,
So
I don't have anything again.
yeah, it's just one of those just slow times. Nothing really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, at least Build is good.
Haven't
From
seen
what I
this week's episode.
Oh, I only got to see half of it, but I'm right, by the way. I did turn out to be right on the half of the episode I got to watch, because the other half I couldn't watch because everyone was demanding to watch goddamn Dragon Ball Super finale at the same time as I'm trying to watch Build on the service. So, well, I guess I have to change to the backup stream that is on Twitch, I think.
Really?
Or at least I don't think it's on Twitch, but it's using a Twitch chat or embedded Twitch chat.
That's funny.
I know. But yes, Build is really good. Also, you know how you said the tank would have a one single tank thing?
Uh-huh.
Nope. It's better.
Oh boy.
It's an army of tanks. It's a whole bunch of little small tanks that just shoot the shit out of Rouge when they show up, and I love it. God damn it. Rabbit and Tank have had the best intros so far. Like, we're going to be ditching them in like a month or so, or a month and a half or so for Genius, but by God, am I going to love the fuck out of these forms until then. And also, Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger, next week's going to do we have heroes whose identities are secret. Now they have to fool the cops into believing that they're not the people they think they are. Honestly, I'm still really liking Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger. Enough that I have bookmarked the mini-plot mecha stuff on Ami Ami. That's like $20 a piece per set. And am wanting to see how the Soto figures turn out for Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger, because I might be interested in those. If the show continues to be good, which hopefully it does. So far, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I think I'm just slowly getting over my concerns about the show, because I feel like the show knows that, but it's slowly just kind of showing focus to each of the teams, and it's just trading off when it feels like it needs to. Which, Thank God. But anyway, anything else before we head off?
I don't think so.
Alrighty then. In 2 weeks, then we'll be back with more video game news, talk stuff, fun. Between now and then, I'll be streaming Wednesdays and Thursdays in the next couple weeks. For this Wednesday, might not be this Wednesday. We're gonna be picking up where we left off on Mario and Rabbids last time I streamed it, and going through that Tukun, beating it. And I don't know what the random thing would be besides finishing up Gunvolt, which won't be this week. It'll probably be next week.
And in terms of me, I might tomorrow I might dedicate that one to just speedruns.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess since you more than likely won't be streaming Wednesday, I might have Galaxy set up as then. If not, it'll probably be Friday.
Yeah, it'd probably be best that I don't stream Wednesday. That way I don't have to rush to this exit exam, which shouldn't be a big deal. It's more of a grade of the school than it is for me. Thankfully.
Luckily.
Yep. I just have to take this to be like, here's a check off on the things I need to do to graduate next semester. Get to be one of those weird people that graduates in the fall instead of a spring.
Nothing wrong with that.
To be fair, that'll be the second time I've done that for college, because I graduated at my community college in the fall and not in the spring. But yeah, then Thursday we'll pick up on Mario and Rabbids, and I guess probably end up beating another world, because that seems to be the pace of the game so far. That we can churn
That'll
through.
put you, what, finishing 3?
Yes, 3. Because we got through 2 last stream.
What I was thinking. So I might, while you're streaming Rabbids this time, not keep going.
Mm-hmm. Do some cleanup on some other worlds.
Well, I don't really think there's much else to do in terms of that for me, so I might just pick up something different and go from there. I don't know. I might try my hand at XCOM, because I haven't touched that in a while, and I'll probably screw something up big time. So I might do that while you're doing Mario and Rabbids.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'll change my mind and decide to do a speed run at that point, but yeah.
As I look over the 2 people who have decided to follow the TGS Twitter account and are confused of why they're are following us. I don't know. I get confused sometimes because it's like, I don't think you're following us because you like our content. You're following us because we're people you could sell your stuff to, maybe? I don't know.
It kind of feels that way on those 2, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'm like, neither one of you seem like you're following us because you like video games. Because video games don't seem to be your main interest. Especially for one of you, where I can clearly go, it is sports. Specifically, Alabama football. And neither one of us talk about football on here.
Yeah. Odd.
Anyway, we will see you in 2 weeks, folks.